So why can life feel so scary at times? Why do we sometimes feel stuck, unable to move, and hesitant to move forward in our lives? Now we might say, well, because they're the unknowns. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's around the next corner. So it's the fact that there's so many unknowns that I stall or hesitate or stop or don't move forward in ways that I might like to move forward. But it isn't actually the fact that there are unknowns that cause us to pause and to hesitate. Because of course there's unknowns, right? Of course life is going to present things that we don't know are coming. So it's not the fact that there are unknowns that we hesitate. It is because we don't trust that we have the capacity to meet whatever is around the next corner. So how do we find that trust? How do we find that capacity to know that we have what it takes, that we have the resources to meet whatever life has ready for us? So I want to use an analogy here. I come from a background of adventure guiding. I was an adventure travel guide for more than 20 years, leading treks through the Himalayas and trips all over the world. So I love these metaphors because they make sense to me. Life is a path, right? We're walking a path. And no path is absolutely straightforward where you can see all the way down the path. You see what's coming tomorrow, next week, next year, like every path. It twists, it turns, it winds, it goes around corners, it goes over peaks and down into valleys. There's a lot of unknowns on any path, on any adventure, on any journey. So imagine that you're on a path and you're climbing a mountain, you're hiking up a mountain, and you know that, I can see the next, 8th mile, the next 100 yards. So I know it's coming and I'm ready for it. But then the path goes around a corner. I can't see what's around that corner. And we can surmise, it's probably a lot like the path I'm on now. It's just going to go around a corner. It's going to be more of the same type of terrain that I'm traversing right now. But we don't know that. Trekking in the Himalayas, there were plenty of times where I turned a corner and an avalanche had come through a couple of days before and the path had been obliterated. Or I go around a path and suddenly the terrain changes dramatically. Suddenly it becomes very rocky and very steep and very precarious. And I get through that section and I can't see what's ahead. I go around another corner and it opens up into a nice meadow. So I don't know exactly what's going to be coming. So how do we keep moving forward in the face of the unknowns? And it is to make sure that we have what we need to meet any situation or any condition. This would be, again, like climbing the mountain and saying, look, I don't know what's around the path, but I know that in my pack, I've got ropes and I've got crampons and I've got an ice axe in case I come into those situations. And I've got the equipment that I need. I have a tent, I have the right clothing, so if a storm blows in, I know that I am prepared. So I can keep on moving, keep walking this path, knowing I've got everything with me, no matter what is around the next corner. So to do that in our lives, what we want to do is we want to find our true power. We want to find our authentic capacity to meet all of life with the grace of peace, from the grace of our own being. And grace simply means truth. So we want to know our essential truth, our unwavering essential truth of being. that can meet any life situation and stay rested in the essential grace of our being, the essential truth of our being, which in this work that I help guide is consciousness, awareness. Beyond the personal self, who are you really? The essential nature of consciousness is not wrapped up in all the personal stories. The personal self that can feel so threatened and unsure. What if I fail? What if I succeed? What if I'm abandoned? What if I'm not loved? What if I'm not heard? What will that mean to the personal me? Beyond that, our true power, beyond that personal self, is the essential nature of our being, which is consciousness. And that truth of our being, that essential nature of our being, is always at peace, boundless, has the capacity to meet any moment and remain steady, remain strong, remain stable. So we can meet the sorrows of life, the difficulties of life, the pains of life, the joys of life, the opportunities, the difficulties, the challenges. We can meet all of it and know that we are safe in the love that we are, as the love that we are. So this is why we meditate. This is why we contemplate the fabric of reality. This is why we self-inquire. Wait, who am I really? Am I really just my stories, my ideas, my conditioning, my programming, my egoic identity? Or is there more to me than that? Is there an aspect of me, an authentic nature of me that is inherently beautiful and strong and stable and whole? This is why we journal, to explore these conversations. This is why we are parts of communities and relationships that are willing and desirous of talking about truth, of talking about awakening, self-realization, non-duality. We practice our knowing of our own truth so that we know that when the path of life takes us forward around a corner and we don't know what's going to be there, we can keep moving forward because we know that we have what it takes. We have a connection to our truth. We have an awakened and vital and vibrant and alive connection to our essential nature of being, beyond the personal story. So we don't stop and start and hesitate and go forward because life is showing itself as being more reliable or clear of what's coming. We keep moving forward steadily, present in the moment, present in each step, confident that no matter what happens, that we have what it takes to meet life fully. And what it takes is the awakened knowing of our inherent truth, our inherent grace, our inherent wholeness of being. To know the full dimensionality of ourselves, not just as the personal egoic self, but as our divine consciousness of being. our divine grace of being. Knowing that, rested as that. We are powerful in our ability to keep taking one step in front of the other, knowing that there's a corner coming up, knowing that there's a curve in the path, knowing that I can't see exactly what's going to happen around that curve. But okay, it's all right. I've got what it takes. I've got my gear. I've got my practices. I have my community. I have my truth. I have a direct connection with who I really am. And that can take me forward in life through anything. All right, blessings, my friends. Be well. And know that you can check the links below and download my 10 Foundations for Full Potential Living ebook. And you will be notified when my courses are available for living in our full potential, for living in our inherent truth. So go ahead and click below, join my mailing list, and be notified for all the different opportunities that are provided for you to know your truth, to know your power, to know your grace, so that you can meet every dynamic of life fully and with a courageous and beautiful heart. Blessings. Be well.